the name is the map, but I mean, this is not a map for the kids. This is something beyond the map, like with the culture, ancient stories.
But this is a cultural map also, right?
Sure.
Yeah, not only
just a map.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Turkey. I mean, when I check, I mean, our founder of Turkey.
Yeah.
I mean, we know him.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. And then we check out the writers of Turkey. You even know the writers of Turkey, and you put these people because they are very famous in Turkey. You put in your book. In other maps, I can't see it. That's why when I said the Ömer Seyfettin, the Halide Edip Adıvar, I was shocked. I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. I mean, are you from Poland or are you from Turkey? You know, it's totally very hard thing to do that kind of deep work.
This is also, during making all those maps, we developed a workflow for creating the research for the map. So we actually gather much more things that are included in the map, like not 100 but 300 things. And we have like this document that is our workframe for collecting those informations. And I think that's why maybe also the help of a lot of people, but also that this consistency of how we look for the information, that we always find at least free sources, different sources that can confirm the information and so on. I think this helps us. Like the names of the children. This is sometimes controversial. There are also like examples of names, but we don't take those names. It's not random. We go for statistics for the most common name that was used like 10 years ago, because those children would read now the book. Actually, we don't ever like make books for children. We don't ever think about making a book for a child, because I don't even understand what that's supposed to mean. If we're making a book, let's say for a child that is 1 year old, it's different, right? You have to include this child has different perception, different motor skills, and so on, right? But if you're making a book for children that are above, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, then you have to only think that, okay, this is just a regular person who has limited like primary education, right? Because it's just before. But the processing powers are the same, right? You don't have to, like, your humor or your ideas don't have to be in any kind suppressed to some dummy version of reality, right? So we're making like books that we would like to have, not as the children, but as adults, right? This is basically our main key for thinking about new books.
I like it because, I mean, sometimes some people, they do the book just for the adults, and the other books just for the kids, and they don't have balance. But this is, I have a daughter. She's 2 years old. She doesn't understand the letters, but I can talk about the countries, and I can use my creativity plus your pictures. I can tell stories. So I can use this book. As an adult, I can learn from your pictures, the countries that I've never been before. But I also use your pictures, so I can tell more stories about Taiwan or Turkey or other countries. That's why even my kid, 2 years old, she can use it right now. But if she's like 8 years old or 10 years old, she can still use it. At that time, she can understand what is the countries. But now she's looking at the pictures and she can learn the things.
But it's also, for us, it's also a starting point for a conversation, right?
Sure.
Because behind any picture, there will be a story. Like, for example, we're in Taiwan, but let's go to Poland. So, why do we have a dragon in Poland, right? Okay, there's a dragon, there's a witch, I've been telling the story, there's a guy on the roof. It's a very famous story about a dragon who was destroying the city of Krakow, the old capital of Poland.
I know Krakow.
Yeah, he was burning everything and so on. So there was this little boy who was a shoemaker. He decided to make a ship that was filled with sulfur, and the dragon ate the ship and drank the whole water from the Tula river, and he exploded. So behind each of those images, there's a story. So you can learn about the country. You can see like Curie Skłodowska, the first woman to get a Nobel Prize and the first person ever to get 2 Nobel Prizes in different categories, in physics and
wow, it's something big.
Yeah, so you see, we only write those like a poet, right, or a composer, or like, or we make small descriptions, but behind all of those pictures is really something to talk about, right?
What about you? What about your kid? How was their reaction to your book?
They haven't seen it yet.
When they were very little, they chew books, you know, they ate
They
them.
eat books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time you can make eatable books.
Yeah.
First
Yes.
read and then eat the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's beautiful because I mean I know your story. They say that you love to travel around the world. You love to to collect the history, to collect the culture. And now I would like to talk about the places you've been. Which places you've been in the world that affected you, attracted you very much? Can you show me on your map?
But before we started making this book, we actually weren't in many places. That was the idea for us. That this was for us a way to explore places we would like to go. Of course, we visit our neighbors. Like Europe is small, so it's easy to travel there. But United States were the only, let's say, far country, right? That we visited when we started this, but this gave us, this inspiration for making a book with maps, right? But well, now we've been to a lot of countries.
But the first idea come from the travel from United States.
Yeah.
And you saw the United States and the beautiful things and the culture, the more popular culture, and then you said, okay, I'm gonna make a nice book for the world.
Yeah, I think we thought about it. Let's just try to make a book about the world, but also we love to make books about things we don't know nothing about, because you can learn during the process. For us, it's also like some kind of fun and adventure. We have this rule that if we are getting bored while we are writing and creating the book, for sure our readers will be bored too, right?
Sure.
So we need some subject that is exciting to make. Right?
The best thing is you are doing something you like, and then people love it, what you do. So you have more power to create more things in the future. But what was the hardest part of creating this book?
I think the research was
Research.
at least
At
2
least
weeks.
2 weeks, like working only on that, right? Not like doing other things.
Then drawing is faster.
Yeah, drawing
you have the content.
You have the content.
have chosen the.
You both draw.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So who makes the decision? For example, Taiwan. I'm gonna draw the black bear. Do you have some arguments between you?
No, not
Anything? You just say, okay, what you want to draw? You draw first.
Yeah.
Then you try, and I'm gonna continue. So which country was the hardest country for the information, maybe for the drawing?
For the information, for sure, African countries, just because of.
The countries which has some conflicts on wars.
Okay. Now I'm checking out the Morocco. Maybe Morocco, more people are watching. More people are going. They watch some Moroccan style things. On the TVs they can know. But when you go deeper in the other countries, like maybe Ghana.
Like Ghana. Yeah.
Like for example, like Tanzania. But still it's very rich.
Yeah, sure.
It's still very rich. It's not like it's in Africa, but I still can feel that you spend the same emotion, same.
I think even more here, because you have to put more, because it's much harder to find information. This book was published in over 30 countries, so it was really checked, by a lot of people. That's why we are confident now that all those information are true and correct. But also there is this area where information is true and correct, but still some people disagree with our choice.
Controversial things, you never, controversial things is, you're still gonna encounter this kind of problem, but you're gonna avoid it.
Yeah. But you know how controversial, how much emotion. This is what you're saying, that Turkey is not in a first position, right? But there are almost 200 countries in the world, right?
It's impossible.
But you know how much emotion the lacking of some country gives to people. Like we have hate mails that some country is not included. When you go to Amazon, you will see this book will have 5 stars or 1 star because some country is not included.
I'm not inside.
Yeah.
Because the first edition maybe I give you 1 star because Turkey is not inside. But it's perfect. I love it. I love the idea. I love the the colorful things, and you use the best colors. It's not like, you know, my eyes are not itching. Sometimes if people use a lot of, you know, crazy colors, the kids, they cannot focus. But I feel it's like very soft.
Since the day that we decided to make this book, and then we published this book, and we were working on the foreign edition, because it's not like that we don't have to work on foreign edition. Like, for example, who do you think drew all those?
Which one?
Like each map has a title, right?
Yes.
Each map has a hand-drawn title, and we draw it for every foreign edition. It's like we are working constantly on this book for every foreign edition. We can talk to the publisher that we really get mad if anything is changed.
Sure, because this is like your kid.
The meaning of this book is the thinking behind the design is to have this feeling that this is not a printed book. This is like the only copy. This is your copy, and this book was hand-drawn and handwritten from start to the end. So to keep this feeling, you need to use specific letters and so on and so on. Wow. Right? So
handmade.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy fans after the book? For example, in Poland, yeah! Do you have this kind of fans?
No.
Never happened something, because you know these books is, you know, everywhere. They can catch you in Poland easily. So do you have some of crazy things, or some funny letters from your fans?
It's not like a YouTube star or movie star that your face is recognizable, right? You're just people behind books. So I don't think that this will ever generate this kind of fandom.
But then, a book without a signature from the writer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. So please, would you sign a book? Maybe here is much better.
Yeah.
And then after you sign, I'm gonna say you my Polish. I'm gonna say kocham cię. I know this word because I had a girlfriend a lot of years ago from Poland. And my wife is here. Oh, boy. Sorry, it's old story. 这样好好一下子就马上会花。他们的签名也是画出来的，是有创意的，好棒哎！等一下，我还没有跟他们说，我还有一2本书要送他们，他们还不知道。让他们惊讶一下，我有一个作家的身份啊，不要小看我。但是有点可惜，是我的书是中文，没办法。但没关系，他们可以看照片就了解台湾。